Finally got some rain. Got a bunch of rain. Everything's greening back up. Everything's temperature's getting cooler. Everything's growing. So we're back in action. I got 8 yards done yesterday. Thought it was gonna rain. I just kept going, trying to get as much done as possible, and I ended up getting 8 yards done before it started to rain. I don't think that's gonna happen today. Probably only gonna get, I'll be lucky if I get 5 yards done today. Well, I managed to get all 5 done that I was hoping to get done. That wasn't my schedule for today. I had 7 scheduled for today, but I was only able to do 5 because of the rain. It was drizzling the whole time, the whole day, but that's fine. You know, it wasn't pouring rain or anything. It was just drizzling, so just kept everything wet, and you just have to be careful. All right, we're gonna try it again. Day after all the rain, landscapers are here doing their thing. I got 8 yards to do today. Raining again, actually, just drizzling, but you got to get it done. Grass is growing now with all this rain. That's what we wanted, right? So when we get it done, I should be able to get all 8 done today. It's gonna be a long day. Well, I got the first 2 done. It took me 3 hours to get 2 yards done. Everything takes a lot longer when it's wet. I definitely alternated the direction on this one. I had to double cut it. It's double cut Friday. When it's tall and thick and wet, you just got to double cut it so that the quality is great. So I alternated direction on this one because I didn't want to put ruts in the soft soil. So I went back and forth and up and down. But yeah, just everything takes longer when everything's wet, because you got to be more cautious. You know, you don't want to blow wet grass onto any wet driveways or cars or anything like that, and driveway on the street. You just want to not make as big of a mess as possible, because then that's more to clean up, which is going to take longer anyway, because everything is stuck to everything. So it takes double the time to blow, double the time to mow, because you got a double cut. Trimming and edging is about the only thing that's about the same, so you make a pretty big mess. So alright, 2 down, 6 more to go. I forgot to film this yesterday, but these are the yards that I did yesterday in the rain. Right here, you got this little cluster right here. So there's 3 right there in a row. 1, 2, 3. There's 1 further down the street there that I did, and then this one right here. So, you know. Alright, we're rolling along. The sun's trying to come out, got a little warm, took my hoodie off. Things are looking good. Got 1, 2, and we head on down the street. Got 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm done for the day. This is that neighborhood that I was telling you about, actually, that I have 9, but now I have 8 clients because one of them kind of fell off, just kind of like fizzled out. But this is the neighborhood here. So you see, it's a pretty small neighborhood, but it's quick and easy, good money. 2 more down. 1, actually that's 3. That's 4, 5, and 6. Time for a snack. Some sun chips. Some cheese. Should be done in an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then I'll be going home and having some dinner. Well, I'm all done. I made it. I did 8 today, 7 o'clock. Long day, like I said, but it is what it is. I got it all done. So you got this one, and then that one over there. But yeah, got it all done. Friday's like a makeup day. I only had 5 scheduled for today, but I had 2 makeup from yesterday because of all the rain, and 1 added on at the last minute. A customer that I had that I got back, so that's a whole nother story. But this is her yard here. It was super overgrown. So you see all this junk along the curb here that I would have cleaned up already had I been taking care of her yard this season. You know, this is just random leftover dirt, gravel, sand, all the stuff from the winter and from the construction that just kind of ends up accumulating along the side here. It's real easy to just shovel it up and, you know, take it with you in your garbage, or she's got woods up the top of that bank and just throw it out. But you also saw there was some clumps of grass. There must have been some blowout from whenever the mower got close to the edge. But the previous person that she had this year so far must have been on some sort of zero turn, because as you see, you're going to see there's these big tire ruts here that I'm stepping in to try and give some perspective, but they're pretty deep, pretty bad. Like it's, you know, it's really really bumpy and messed up now, and they never did anything about it. Like they didn't throw any grass seed down or try and step on, like if I had done this, which is hard to do this with a walk behind, I would have stepped on the other side there, you know, like I'm trying to do here, when it was still soft, to try and level it out a little bit. Yeah, you're still going to have that strip of mud and the grass that probably was stuck to your tire, but that's why you have grass seed on you at all times. So you just chuck some of that down and it'll grow back. But you see they did it again here, you know, and they just never did anything about it. They probably were just angry that they got stuck or whatever and just didn't bother to make it right for whatever reason. So, you know, between that and the blowout along the curbs and everything, and you'll see her driveway, she's got a really nice white driveway. And the last straw, I guess, was just recently, he had driven over, whoever was taking care of her yard had driven over her driveway several times, you know, to get from one side of the lawn to the other. And apparently it was raining or it was wet or whatever, but I guess there was a lot of grass, just like grass tire tracks, just all embedded down on her white driveway, and they had to get a big push broom and scrub it all out and try and get all the grass off of their driveway, because apparently they left it like that and didn't bother to try and get it out. Maybe they couldn't get it out, but you know, that's why you don't go across the driveway, especially when it's wet, or you know, your tires are wet or anything. It's just a good best practice not to even do that ever on a driveway like that. Especially blacktop's not as big of a deal, but even still, just ride back down along the edge of the driveway in the grass, and then yeah, you're gonna have to get off. So if you don't want to go down the curb, you know, then just go just along the final corner of the driveway, and then drive in the road and then back up the other corner onto the other lawn. So this way you're still avoiding the curbs, but you're not going straight across the driveway. You see here on the other side there's more clumps of grass that I would not have left there. I would have taken care of that when I was doing her yard. But so the bottom line is, I was servicing this customer's yard all last season, and she's nice, you know, everything's fine. She referred me to more neighbors, but she's very particular, and you know, I took care of everything that she needed, but her yard is always wet and muddy, and you know, obviously, as you saw those ruts, so you got to be careful. It just holds water very easily, and she always has her sprinklers running all the time, and I tried to tell her, you know, that she needs to adjust it, and she tried to, and this and that, but it just was never right. Between the rain and her sprinklers, her yard was always wet and muddy, and I had to be very careful, and especially in the back it was even worse. And her grass grows so long and thick, this tall fescue, because her soil was always wet, which I tried to explain to her, that I could not cut her backyard with a push mower. I mean, I didn't want to, for one thing, because that's just a waste of time. It's not productive. But, you know, I couldn't because it was always so long and thick. I needed to put my walk behind back there, and I always had to double cut it no matter what time of the season it was, because it was just always so long and thick. And, you know, she just didn't think that was acceptable. She just wanted to use a push mower back there because unfortunately I was getting some tire tracks even with my walk behind just because it was so muddy and I had to double cut. So I just had to keep going back and forth. It's a very narrow rectangular shaped backyard that's fenced in. You know, you're really stuck. There's not much you can do to get the grass cut. So I did the best that I could, and she said, you know, I think you're great and everything, but I'm going to find someone that's going to push mow this back. So apparently that's what she found this season, you know, but they used a zero turn for all these areas and messed all this up, but push mowed the back. So it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? And then got grass all over the driveway. So guess what she did? She went ahead and called me back up and asked me if I can take care of, you know, the situation and finish the season servicing her yard again. So that's what happens when you don't do a good job.